Welcome to the Grand Temple of Enki. My name is Max. I am the Temple Ipsissimus. I'm an oracle of Enki and the Anunnaki gods and goddesses. And in this video, I want to talk to you about escaping the matrix. In the last few years, this concept of escaping the matrix has become quite popular. And as much as you may associate it with monetary wealth, buying Lambos and Bugattis, living in a huge mansion, and circling through a bunch of partners, whether you're a man or a woman, basically getting everything that you want, fulfilling your desires, right? Becoming completely independent in the physical. But that is in fact more so the blue pill. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's not the red pill. And many red pill people will disagree with me. But the real way of quote unquote escaping the matrix or breaking out of the matrix is not something that's physical or monetary in any way, shape, or form. You have to understand what the matrix is. The 3D matrix. What is 3D? Time and space. So we are in a matrix of time and space. And the director of this matrix is Saturn, or Cronus, the god of time, karma, authority, government, right? We have this Saturnian cult that runs our world, this Saturnian energy that runs our world. So when we are breaking out of the matrix, we can look at mythology as to how Zeus slayed his father Cronus. And Zeus slayed Cronus with his lightning bolt, right? The lightning bolt is also known as the Vajra. And it is the lightning bolt of Indra. The Vajra breaks karma, the wheel of karma. You know, in Vajrayana Buddhism, we work with Indra and the Vajra power to break karma, to break out of time and space, to break out of the quote-unquote matrix of karma or the wheel of time, to master our consciousness. But how does that apply to you? How does that apply to your life? How does that apply to your lifestyle? Well, if you're looking to quote unquote break out of the matrix by fulfilling all your fleshly desires, then it is quite counterproductive. Because you have to understand what the matrix is made of and how you get stuck in it. We have this concept known as the beast, the 666. And we know this as the beast of Revelation, right? In the end of days, the beast will be unleashed. And while there are religious beliefs, religious perceptions, conceptions on the beast, on the 666, there is something people that do not know about the beast. And it is that it is simply your carbon-based nature, your animal nature, your physical nature, the part of you that is chained up in the sensory reality, right? That is what the beast is. The beast is chained up, your physical self is chained up to a physical sensory reality. What enslaves you to this physical world is your desire for the physical world. That's why if you look at the movie Matrix, you know, there's all these kids bending spoons and stuff, you know, because they have come to an understanding that there is no spoon. It's all atoms. That's why in ancient Egypt we have this saying, all is atum, all is atoms. And through the Vajra power, we're tapping into a very powerful infinite force of the Godhead. And when that electricity fills the middle pillar, fills the tree of life, fills your energy system, and eventually your lower energy centers, you begin warming up that carbon, and you start to become a holographic being. You become you break out of the sensory simulation, right? That is you breaking free from your chains. When you bring down that lightning, when you bring down that divine light, you are charging yourself in a way that's warming up and awakening your lower nature, and that naturally catalyzes it to ascend, breaking out of the vibratory fields of physicality. You're becoming an atomic hologram. And from this holographic state, you are outside of the 3D matrix. You are outside of time, because you're vibrating faster than time, and you're vibrating faster than the vibratory fields of space, the dimensions of time and space. You're vibrating faster than them. Okay? So you're breaking the time-space barrier, and you're accessing the God realms and those higher realms and those multi-dimensional, non-linear realms, right? The God realms are not known to have time the way we do, right? Just one breath of Brahma is like 1 billion years. So you use that Vajra power to wash away your sins, to break those chains that keep you in physicality, that keep you in temptation, that keep you in consumption, and you become pure electricity. And that electricity electrifies your atoms in such a way where you break out of the carbon-based reality, right? That's what the beast is, 666. What is 666? 6 electron, 6 proton, 6 neutron, right? That's carbon-based reality. All life on Earth is carbon-based. We are carbon-based beings. So when you warm up that carbon, you get what's known as a diamond body, or the rainbow body, or the cloak of light. This cloak of light has been seen throughout many ages, throughout various traditions. You have Osiris wearing a garment of white light. You have the Tibetan Buddhists practicing Kalachakra Tantra to unlock the rainbow body. You have the priests and oracles of Enki that wore the cloak of light, that wore the garment of light. And you can even see this garment, this fish-like garment, even worn by the gods. And this gave them various abilities and spiritual technologies. You can even see the same thing with Elijah. You can see the same thing with Jesus. Jesus is given a holy robe, a holy garment, a cloak of light by John the Baptist and by the angels. This is a very common occurrence. We do have this concept of the rainbow body breaking out of the cycles of karma, of reincarnation, and becoming one with the gods. And this whole concept has a lot to do with accessing what is known as the Kalachakra Temple. Okay? And the Kalachakra Temple is also known as the Temple of Solomon. So the Temple of Solomon is built by 72 demons, and those 72 demons that created the physical temple reflect the temple in heaven, the Great White Temple, the Great White Lodge, which is governed by the 72 angels of Solomon. And when you add 72 and 72, you get 144. That's 144,000 nadis of your physical and light body. That's the 144,000 chosen ones that will inherit the kingdom of God. The 144,000 starseeds that will bring in the fifth dimensional matrix to the earth. The 12 is obviously 12 zodiac. So the demons and the angels, they're all governed by the zodiac and the wheel of time. The demons are the spirits of time itself, the quote-unquote Saturnian spirits that guide us through karma. They are there to give us obstacles to overcome. And the angels watch over us. They nudge us in the right direction. They guide us. And that 12 zodiac naturally represents the 12 labors of the soul, the 12 labors of Hercules. You know, Hercules has 2 pillars, right? The tree of life also has two pillars on the side, third pillar in the middle, and those two pillars on the side also can be seen in the Sumerian tree of life, right? We see 13 petals or lotuses from bottom going up to the top. And at the very top, we have the 13th lotus representing the North Star, the God consciousness. And at the sides, we have 6 lotuses on each side. And those represent the 6 chakras below the crown that deal with the 6 senses. So each of them has a shackle that we have to break or master. That's where we get the 7 sins, right? We have to overcome those sins with virtues. And that is, in essence, the story of Hercules. It's his story of redemption, right? His lower nature takes over. He kills his wife and his daughter. And that's the story of Hercules, a story of redemption, coming from darkness to light. Hercules has to perform 12 labors, right? He has to master his lower nature, right? And he battles all these animals, these 12 animals. And at the end of his labors, he is deemed an immortal, a demigod, or god. And that is the process of self-deification, Osirification, right? Osiris is chopped up into 14 pieces, representing the 14 realms, the 14 lokas in the Vedas. And he's in the underworld for 3 days. And then he's resurrected as Horus. Horus represents the cloak of light. So Osiris represents the physical self, the melanin. And then when you warm up the melanin through the pyramid, through the energy that's being channeled from the pyramid, the cosmic force, you start to dematerialize into a light body. And the same thing with Jesus. After 3 days, 72 hours, he's raised from the dead. It's the same exact thing. But besides that, Jesus also had 12 apostles. King Arthur and the 12 Knights of the Round Table, right? You have 12 hours in the day, 12 hours in the night. You have 12 months in a year, right? This concept of 12 keeps reoccurring, right? Even the 369, the spiral of life, the golden ratio, it's all based on the 12, right? You have Sumerian gods holding up pine cones, right? Showing the spiral of life. You have cactuses, you have all sorts of plants and seashells in nature that depict the spiral of life, the spiral of consciousness coming from the inner worlds into the outer worlds, right? And that's another thing with manifestation, it's when you electrify yourself to such a degree that your heart is generating these powerful pulses, your mind is generating these powerful pulses, you're electrifying your atoms, the atoms around you, right? It's all sensory output, right? It's all mental power. It's all electricity and mental power. Your neural circuits have electricity running through them, right? And you have an electromagnetic field that electrifies the atoms around you to create the holographic reality that you're in resonance with. So it is all mind over matter. That is the whole point of being a magician, quote unquote, breaking free from the matrix. It is to break free from your shackles, your mental shackles, your energetic shackles, your emotional shackles, and to become this luminescent being that can bend light, that can control atoms, right? That's what, industries do. Like the entertainment industry, the music industry, they're controlling your atoms. They're controlling your attention, right? Like you go to some of these concerts, there are people just waiting outside that can't even get in, but they still want to listen to the music outside of the concert, right? Watching TV shows, right? On streaming services or celebrities, like they're controlling your attention. They're controlling where your life energy is going. They are controlling your atoms. They have a magnetic charge, a really strong magnetic charge. And most people don't have the willpower or the electricity to fight it or to see above it. So they're just being harvested like batteries. Your energy, your electricity is being harvested like a battery. That is the Matrix. That's literally the whole movie. It's humans being harvested like batteries, literally. And I can prove to you it's all mental power, you know? And then it is electricity. And, your nervous system is sending signals to your body. You can effortlessly move your hand, your legs. But the second your brain is disconnected, your mental power is disconnected from the rest of your body, you can't move shit. Because it's mind over matter. Your electricity is controlling your body. So there's no running from it, really. It's just a fact. You are the eye that sees the stars, that maps the stars, right? You are the hands that create buildings, that creates civilization, that writes books, that creates movies, right? Everything is being created through your eyes, your hands, your body, right? God is creating through you. God is creating through everyone. And we are the ones creating it. We're always creating. That is a spiral of creation. And the more you evolve through these simulations, through these levels, you access more power and more dimensions. So you have more power. You have more influence, right? You have more mental power. You can electrify things more. You can bend time and space. You can manifest easier just with your mind, right? The more you evolve your consciousness out of the physical plane into the mental plane, into the spiritual plane, into the astral plane, you're going by different rules. You're going by different functions of nature that overlap this reality. And that's what I mean when I say giving into your senses and chasing your desires like that, being super like these red pill guys, can be very counterproductive because you're trapping yourself more into physicality. You're not going above the belly of God. You're still stuck in the belly, consumerism, looking for other people's validation, being the alpha dog, right? It's still animal consciousness. You're still fighting up to get to the top of the hierarchy, right? But if you harmonically align yourself with God consciousness, there's nowhere else to go, right? When you are God consciousness on a molecular level, you're channeling these higher dimensional frequencies into your atoms, into your neural circuitry. That's the electricity. The electrical information is flowing through you, through your nervous system. There's nothing more to do. There's no time anymore. Just the fact that you think there's something to do just sets you back into a low vibrational timeline. That's why most people can't sustain enlightenment. Most people can't remain in the Buddha state. Most people can't remain in that enlightened state because they revert back to a lower voltage, a lower karmic cycle, right? Their nervous system hasn't cleared out the old stuff yet, so they constantly have to take psychedelics, drugs, they have to consult these spiritualists, and it never ends. It never ends. People just keep going back in the old cycle until they learn to lift their own weight, until they learn to break their own shackles. That's the truth. And probably the greatest example I could give for this video isn't trying to get the bag, isn't, being obsessed with your physique. Those are all obviously sensory things that keep you stuck in karma. But I guess the number one thing I can really put out there that will resonate with a lot of you is if you're experiencing something like, if you're experiencing a situation like people around you are moving on and you feel like, oh, I'm just stuck, everyone's moving on with life, they're going to college, they're opening up businesses, they're moving to all these big cities, I'm just stuck where I am. You have to understand that you can have one breathwork meditation where you skyrocket in terms of frequency, and that'll put you 10 years ahead, even lifetimes ahead of some of those people that you think are ahead of you. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's all frequency. This is a game of frequency. Nothing more. Nothing less. It's a game of frequency. It's a game of energy. And it's all being created through you. If you keep believing that you're just stuck where you are, all those people are moving on, then your energy is not going to evolve. You're going to be stuck in that timeline, right? But if you actually think like a billionaire in that situation, as if you're a billionaire, you're very successful, you know how people are, like what they're going for isn't even close to what you're capable of. You don't even see those people that you think are ahead of you as like ahead of you anymore, right? You become the orbit. You have to become the orbit. You have to become the star, right? Instead of feeding all these celebrities, instead of putting people on a pedestal, right? Giving your solar energy to them so they can stay up on top, right? Stop being a, stepping stone to other people's pyramids, right? Be your own pyramid. Be your own eye. Think for yourself. Create for yourself. Otherwise, you'll never be free. Otherwise, you'll always be enslaved to the outside world, to other people's opinions, to their thoughts, to the society, to the expectations. You will just be enslaved. But ultimately, you'll be your own slave master. That's why there's no karma to them. Because you're the one enslaving yourself. You're the one that's, selling yourself short. You're the one that's pedestalizing people that inspire you. You're putting them on a pedestal. Their whole purpose is to bring out that same light in you, not for you to give it back to them and disown it. It's crazy. It's really crazy how it works, It's really crazy. So control your atoms, okay? I don't want to say control your emotions, but harness them. Integrate them, right? If you feel a negative emotion, bring the positive. Bring everything into alignment. So yeah, that's all I have to say regarding the Matrix and breaking out of the Matrix. It's not what it seems. You're here to level up, and I'm here to help you. If you want to learn more about magic, the 3 pillars of magic, omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, truly mastering the Matrix, true self-mastery, not just monetary, but spiritual, metaphysical. Sign up to my mystery school, book a one-on-one with me, book a ritual with me, experience the magic. I want you to experience the magic. So don't be shy. Leave any questions, comments below. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And till next time.